standing ovation, like because they had won the chip. So, that championship mentality was something that we were feeling. We were feeling in the DMV, especially, the Maryland, baby, winning a national championship. This is something that affects you. It affected me more as I grew up, because I realized how rare it actually is to just win it all and win the ship, and how these moments need to be, you cannot take these moments for granted. They have to be appreciated, right? Because again, they haven't won a national championship since then. So, but we would practice at the Coalfield House. We practiced at the Coalfield House when it was cold. Obviously we have track practice, so we had indoor track, and we'd be, running around the Coalfield House and all that kind of stuff. To coach multiple sports, you have to be that coach, like a Coach Mike Wills, who is not just coaching me as a linebacker in middle school, but he's jumping from coaching me, and now he's doing one-on-one sessions with Juan Dixon and Lonnie Baxter. These are college basketball champions, and they're teaching you how to stay square and use your feet, use your hips, all that kind of stuff. The same stuff I'm getting. Obviously, I'm not as talented as Juan Dixon is at this time, but the same stuff I'm getting is the same stuff that Juan Dixon is getting, and that leads to the confidence when you go out there and play. Like, it was so much. I owe so much to Coach Mike Wills for for building the foundation that I had when I went on to go to Good Counsel and become, captain, first team WCAC and all that. I did that without having much actual physical ability, without having much talent, just athleticism in general. I was able to do that because the foundation was set with Coach Mike, who would teach these things way before I even got to high school, to the point where I got to high school and it was almost like second nature, just having a good, solid technique in terms of how to make tackles, where your head needs to be, how to stay inside out, all of that kind of stuff. And that's what I mean. That management style is huge. So when it comes to the two coaches who are currently in the Final Four, James Franklin and Ryan Day, both of these coaches have had incredible relationships at Good Counsel. All right. I met them both when I was in high school, and they were both assistants. All right. This is how full circle this is, how crazy it is. So at the time of me being in high school, Ryan Day was a wide receivers coach at Temple. He actually was at Vanderbilt for a little bit and then came back to Penn State and do his thing. All of it is making sure you're creating a diverse group of people, and you're continuously staying very flexible. All right. Now, as far as the swag, the swag, and I pulled up a couple definitions. The swagger, as if you are from California. If you go look up the national champions of the high school level this year, you're going to see a school right there at the top, right there at the bottom left, school named Mater Dei. Same place that Bryce Young went to. They are constantly going year in and year out. It's constantly them versus St. John Bosco, which is another school out in Cali. And when I say swag, like you're from Cali, it can also be, let me show you the definition of swag. Walk or behave in a very confident and typically arrogant or aggressive way. That is the definition of swag. And now look at the definition of confidence. The feeling of belief that one can rely on someone or something in trust. At that point, I was and this is when I was learning the game and how flexible you have to be, especially if you're talking about offense, if you're talking about the offense, because you want to be able to stay very versatile as a play caller. You don't want to get into habit. You don't want the opponent to say, okay, that number's in, and okay, I know they're going to run that play and all that kind of stuff. So RC was the opposite. RC was able to jump over a tight end. He was able to move to receiver. You can put him at the wing and all that kind of stuff. Very rarely, and I'm telling you this is just a true fact, and then I'll move on, because I'm realizing I'm taking a little longer than I actually anticipated on this.